furniture and more. All of these watercolors on the shelves here. Some great vintage hunting and military and more. Cool carved masks. A whole lot of knives this week. More Blanco and Jonathan Adler art glass. Keeps going all the way down here. These ceramic, like vintage cartoon figures. Look those up. A whole lot of leather and more. Vinyl records. More vinyl records back here on this table. Really cool, original signed photos and more artwork. Many artists, canvases, paints, and more. A lot of like local and like international, like show or concert posters. Whole bunch of like World of Wheels, car show posters, and more. More photographs, artwork, sports stuff, military stuff. More knives, jewelry, and on and on and on. All coming up in this week's auction. Yes, folks, indeed. Here is preview video for this week's auction. This week, the auction will be Thursday, February 19th, 2026. We're located 1801 Gwinnett Street, Kansas City, Missouri. We're in the East Bottoms, down by like the new soccer stadium and Bally's Casino and Rieger and Knuckleheads and all that. Again, just east of City Market. Auction night, doors open at 5, auction starts at 6. And then every Wednesday, we do a preview video I always do that, preview, like open house preview from 11 to 1. Come in, take a look around, and see what we've got. Check it out in person. Make sure you're subscribed and you like and all that good stuff. Chad, Vaughn. Okay, let's see. We'll just let's just start over here. Let's start right here, where Chad was taking pictures. A lot of like neat vintage hunting camo and stuff. Military in there too. Field jackets, coats, pea coats, all that stuff. Trying the stage lighting again. All these masks, carved masks. Over here, we have two World War II German gorgets. Is that how they say them? 100% original. They're from the estate of Dave Delich, who was like a museum consultant, collector for military stuff. Pretty cool. Pretty cool again, folks. It's just history. Spoils of war brought home by a conquering army. And if you don't like it, you can buy it and throw it away, burn it, smash it up, do whatever you want. But like I've said before, I'm not canceling World War II. More jewelry. I think that's all foreign. Little display box there. A lot of knives this week. Coins. Somebody's like glued Morgan dollars to these pocket watches. Medals. Hey. Alright, I think I was somewhere over here. I had to check something out. So yeah, medals in the boxes. More coins. More coins! Ted said I'm not as enthusiastic enough. I'm really enthusiastic. Ooh, those look cool. World War I. Oh yeah, those anti-Sodom and like maybe like surrender type leaflets. Like, hey, we're getting ready to drop a freaking bomb. You might want to pack your stuff and you know, going over the next town. So we got lots of cool military this week. Lots of cool military stuff this week. What's back in here? That's kind of cute. A little shaving kind of display. Okay. Coins and smalls and more. Nice big box of patches. Knives. We've got some gold and silver up in here. 50.5 grams, 925 mark, 12.3 grams, 10K. A little sterling piece there. A couple smaller gold rings, 1.5, 10K. 2.6, 10K. 2.16, 14K. 2.96, 10K. Almost a gram, 15 grams, 14K marked. Scrap, 15 grams. Basically sterling. I think it's all military stuff, like CIBs and shooting medals. Let's see, we've got some, looks like silver certificates, $2. More coins, more silver coins, quarters, some silver dollars, pieces, Morgans, some foreign silver, mercury dimes, halves, and more in there. More military stuff, World War II stuff. This is like a Masonic Grandmaster, 1976. John McCain happened to be the Grandmaster in 76, apparently. More fun little military pieces in there. Knives. A lot of knives. That's a Boker. More rings. More jewelry. Rocks and bones. More military and more security stuff. These are museum replicas. More jewelry. Huh. List of soldiers killed in Poland. Fun auction. Buck O'Neill signed piece. World War II German newspapers. Weird death certificate. This is cool. TV guide, right? No big deal. Look who it was addressed to. I can't tell if that's focusing. Harry Truman. Has Harry Truman's mailing label on it. All right, down here, looks like we've got helmets, and there's a vanity set, more military stuff, a couple of machetes back there. Not sure what that bottle is. Looks German. Then we have, look at that crazy mask. Oh, it's all wood. Another helmet, binoculars, and more back there. Knives, pipe stuff, looks like excavated, like ground dug stuff. Scope, some Kansas City Sports Illustrateds. The cover and back got separated on the A's one. Illegal. That's illegal, sir. Cattle prod. Fun. Looks like cigarette cards, sports stuff, stamp album. We've got more stamps from somebody else coming up. These are kind of cute. These like pop culture kind of illustrations. McCarthy signed. Some stuff down there, a couple little statues. Looks like some more jewelry and maybe gemstones. Chiefs. Mahomes, I guess. Not sure if there's a COA on the back. Boxing glove. Probably something like that. I can't see it in there right now, but look at the photos too, and you know, come in for preview, because you know, photos and video are just really trying to get you in the door to check it out for yourself. A couple cool old motorcycle photos, and then like some neat like killer old aviation photos. There, that's neat bronze. Jonathan Adler, art pottery. More Blanco art glass. More down there. Cool vanity piece, more Blanco. Is that too dark? Oh, it looks like it's focusing in. More of that. More in there. These are really cool. Like, I guess like 50s Japan animation porcelain figures. Southwest blankets. Skelly, old Skelly stickers. International piece. Roosevelt sign. Desert Storm cards. Baseball cards. Grand Prix Monaco. Reproduction. Some albums. You know, the covers aren't in the best shape, but the vinyl themselves looks great. And I'll go ahead and just flip through some of them. There's more on the table too. Got all your standards, all your staples in there. That's kind of cool, like aluminum, cast aluminum piece. One of those shell service charts. Hey, Christmas tree bulbs, ceramic Christmas tree bulbs. See, that was excitement. Looks like some African looking stuff. Milwaukee Brewers bat, big survival type knife, wild looking chair, bunch of neat jewelry, buckles and such, implement seat. Kansas City, 18th and Vine, I guess. Some Yamaha NS344 speakers. These are just a few like classic country records. Leslie's Illustrated, some framed foreign currency, some framed Civil War.
Man, there's some really good World War II
replicas. That's a neat 58 Wentworth Military Academy. USN tray there. Chad's showing some cool World War II Navy photo album.
Explosions on the ships,
shit blown up.
Yeah, all kinds of stuff blown to bits.
This is a good auction.
This is very cool. Jeez, I mean, like a B-25 or something on the deck of a. Yeah, that's cool.
Wild.
Really good guitar too, an Alvarez.
Oh, it's Alvarez. Nice. Oh yeah, I didn't see those A's.
Yeah,
that's nice.
Very nice shape. Okay.
Some crockery. That's a neat old store display. What, 30s maybe?
Back when men knew how to dress.
When their clothes had some structural integrity. Neat old mandolin. Couple more boxes of jewelry and watches. That's great. This is a Brooks Brothers leather jacket. Neat Averex, you know, World War II type jacket. Signed. A lot of look there. All right. Let's go around the room here. Here, yeah, all this leather. Like biker jacket. Or vest. Another biker vest. Fringe. More fringe. There's that. That should get scooted up front. I'll go ahead and hold the camera over here as I walk across. You can kind of get an idea of context there. Quite a bit up front. Probably an 830 or so. Okay, did all that in the beginning, so that was nice. We get over here more military stuff. Oh wow, nice little like retirement piece. A couple more pieces, military ephemera. That's fun. Little telegraph keys. Buttons, more old buttons, and more in here. Neat mannequin. Metal soldiers, like a little M16, like brass bags. I think they're kind of like Vietnam propaganda stuff too. A couple more boxes of records. These were like reference books. Dave Delich, the guy I mentioned before, he didn't work at Mannion's, but he was associated with Mannion's back when Vaughn and I worked there. It was an online auction that just specialized in military stuff. So like, you know, those were like his reference stuff. Here's his photos of the uniforms. This dude had so many freaking uniforms of like famous, infamous World War II, especially German, but you know, some U.S. stuff too. And they're doing an auction with the rest of his stuff. They found that in another room with I can't remember the name of the auction company, but I think it's in Europe maybe, or maybe California, and so I don't know. But he's sold, his collection has brought millions of dollars, and that's where those two gorgets, however you say it, a bunch of old Mannions. They're talking about Mannions, old Mannions catalogs from the 80s. A lot of people don't know about Mannions. I keep meaning to do some sort of reel or something about it, but basically predated eBay and was here in Kansas City, but it was mainly just military. It was antiques and collectibles too. Some more cool stuff over here. Yeah, that's a good auction. Obama signature, some American legends, 1/24 scale, more Chief stuff. Kansas City, he's selling all their Chief stuff now because they're mad. More Chiefs, more Royals, more entertainment. A lot of sports this auction too. A lot of sports, a lot of military. A lot of art glass, a lot of leather. Okay, Ayn Rand. What is that? Oh, it's like a canvas, print on canvas. So if you're new and you see this $100, somebody was trying to sell it somewhere else. It doesn't mean we're selling it for $100. Dang, big old freaking camo pants. And those little elephant side tables, those usually do really well. Over here, this little area, he has some neat stuff set up. Lots of lamps and lighting, artwork. And more. Jump over here real quick. Oh, all these watercolors. James L. Cunningham. I did a little search and didn't really find much. I think some of these might have been like when he was in like maybe college, or but he went on to become like an illustrator and I don't know what else I'm looking for. You know, like industrial drawings and things like that. Look at that, Salvation Army. The guy's laying there on the floor and they're preaching and banging a drum. Holes in his shoes. So anyway, I don't know how much value there is here, but I mean, it looks like the guy knew what he was doing. I couldn't do anything like that. So there's those. And I think he was from Lawrence, I think. Stamps. I mean, I'll flip through a few of them. You know, usually some pages empty, some pages full when we get stamps from this consignor. So this is just all stamps here. Okay. Seems like that went kind of quickly. Over here. Whoa, porcelainized cast iron. That's a good piece. Nice old one. And we have 3 different consigners over here. There are 4 different consigners over here too. So looks like Pokemon. And then sports, political stuff down there. And get over here. All that film. I don't know if it'd still be good or not, but small fortune in there. And there's, she's got that open. There's art supplies and pottery and lamps and like boxes, more pottery, more art stuff, books. Hell that means. Photography stuff. Photography related. Film. Oh, these are nice, super vintage. I'm going with cashmere. Damn, cashmere, nice vintage cashmere sweaters. That's buy. Let's see. We go over here. A lot of Holly's negatives. More there. I guess I'll just keep going like this through the video. Flatware. Cute little Sony. This was it looks like somebody made this, you know, out of Blue Willow, little hors d'oeuvre or whatever, sandwich tray, but a casualty. More of that. Caps, LL Bean caps. A lot of denim in here. A lot of vintage Wrangler. I'm not really sure. I remember getting these out and looking at them, but then I'm not the one that put them out. So you want to come in and look at those. I might take another look at those too. So yeah, I don't know exactly what era, but there's no like silky tags. Here we go, here we go. Wrangler, made in USA. So we might do something else with those. USA vintage Wranglers. Looks like more Fiesta and more glass and more art pottery, all that Blue Willow, of course. And check this, these are like a lot of local, I think like 2K era flyers. Kansas City, a lot of them, other cities too, and then like that. This one is, well, it says you got it in Tokyo. Excuse me. So yeah, there's that table. You know, probably not a ton of value there, but I think it's fun. Then here there are DVDs. Looks like some Edison reels. Some more baseball. Kitty Clover. That's all that there. Are these? Oh, for cars? Yes, GE. Yeah. With those up, that could be some money. All glass 40-30, 6 to 8 volts. Little birds and stuff like that. And over here, there's more like posters, like some hot rod, girly stuff. I don't understand what that is. And then a lot of car show posters. Should do well. Targets and all that. Let's see, I already showed you that. And we'll go over here. I won't get you in there.
Okay.
Unless you want to be.
No.
Napoleon, big ass bed. Whoa, big old boxes of cast iron. That should do good, do well. Anime, manga stuff. Let's see, let's jump over here. This is more Holly Miller photography, freaking Rolling Stones. You know, she must have gotten like press pass or, you know, photography past for Rolling Stones show. Nature, some artwork. More for photos. Don't know if that's her or what. Neil Young. Muddy Waters. Joan Baez, Bob Dylan. I love that one. The glare's getting in there. It says nasty F-U blank K-I-N artists, like New York Subway. Let's just go ahead and keep doing the wall. These are just big canvases. A lot of that stuff coming up right after I do the wall. Oh, there she is. And we're switching over here. That stuff. Okay, I'll just go back down here and knock this out here. Helmets, old ass Bibles, big freaking Dutch oven, mirror, subwoofer. And then we'll hit some of this art supply stuff, like canvases and frames. And there's more of this coming too. Hundreds of them. More paints. Then more records, so like a lot of them have some bad kitty damage to the covers, which sucks, but they don't all. And you know, I think the vinyl is in good shape for the most part. You'll just have to come in and look at all this. There's good titles, and there's, you know, there's really good titles. And then, you know, then kind of some other stuff. Okay. More canvases. We're not doing this table. Didn't really have anybody that had just one table's worth of stuff at the end, so we'll just leave it. Saw some signed Cardinals in there. All right, let's go over here. And I guess let's just do here. These, like, I'm going to Guatemala hats. Then some quilts. These throws. A lot of these were here last week. Big ass rug, huge. Barrister bookcase, nice. Books, art books. again, come in for preview, 11 to 1 Wednesdays. And then, doors open at 5. Auction starts at 6. There's plenty of time to look around. It's not like when the auction starts, you have to sit down. You can keep looking around. Keep on rocking through here. Neat old 3-banger folding wood chairs. Nice little fern type table. Couple wooden chairs. It's kind of cute. Nice. Nice possum belly. If you can see, whiskey barrels. 4 of those. This is super nice. Little desk. Civil War era-ish. It's got the little hideout drawer. You push the button on the bottom. Equally as old tables. Maybe not quite that old, but bed, headboard, footboard. Neat little, not a pie safe, but bookshelf, I guess, cabinet, whatever. Cast metal horse, iron, imagine. Okay, jump back here. And that might just be the way we go in this week's auction. It seems like there's some stuff strong enough back here to, back here, stuff strong enough to keep people around, yet not necessarily like up front. Although, on every table there's some things that could have been taken up front. Up front doesn't really necessarily mean like all of our best stuff, but anyway, whatever. So check that thing out. Party light. I don't know what that says. That thing's shining in my eyes. So that's fun. Yeah, lots of fun stuff back here. And I guess that's it. I don't think I missed anything. So yeah, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you Wednesday for preview and Thursday at the auction. Thanks.